Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. So, this is like, what, the 11 billionth Tony Hawk game? And, came out a couple years ago. This is the PC version, but, I figured with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 out, I should kind of dip back into it. A lot of people really did not like this particular Tony Hawk release, and I can't really blame them, especially as a fan of the series. I'm like a huge Tony Hawk fan and skateboarding fan in general. I used to skateboard a lot myself back in the day before I, gained some weight, but that's some personal issues I'm working through. So, we haven't had a good Tony Hawk game in a while. Tony Hawk 5, kind of definitely came and went with how it is, what it is, whatever you want to say. But, alright, end this run. I still love the franchise, and HD is kind of the only way I have access to a Tony Hawk game on the platforms I currently own. I do have a PlayStation 2 with Tony Hawk 3, 4, American Wasteland, and Underground, which are most of my favorite games in the franchise. But I don't want to play a PlayStation 2. I want to play a skateboarding game on current platforms, and PC's what I got to do. Then I'm fine with that. So this is my first time actually booting up this PC version here, so I don't have anything unlocked or anything like that. So I thought I'd just kind of jump into some of the career mode here and kind of just tooling around as Tony Hawk. This is obviously just kind of the greatest hits of the first 3 games, I think. I don't think there's anything from Tony Hawk 4 in here. But is kind of meant to mimic the play style of 1 and 2 in particular, like on the original PlayStation. And it doesn't nail that feel. The HDifying of the Tony Hawk franchise really got in the way for a lot of classic Tony Hawk fans, and me included. This is obviously not my favorite version of Tony Hawk, but I actually did have a lot of fun with this version of the game, and I thought it was judged maybe a little harsh. I still enjoy kind of just tooling around with it, and do I want a new good Tony Hawk? Yeah, but at this point that's probably never going to happen. And honestly, I would rather have another Skate game. I love Skate. Easily Skate 1 and Skate 3 are 2 of my favorite games of all time, of last generation, like whatever. I would take an HD version of Skate just so I could have a skateboarding game to play on current consoles, because I only have a PlayStation 4 now and a PC, and I got Tony Hawk HD on PC, but we can all kind of see how this is going. Just kind of, it's real clunky, and if it looks a little choppy, that's my computer's fault. It's getting kind of old, and trying to record footage off here, it's kind of pushing it a little bit for my my machine. So that's on me. Normally, I think the game looks fine, it runs fine. It's better than, like, if you wanted to go back and play Tony Hawk 1 and Tony Hawk 2 in this day and age, it would not be as glamorous as you remember. Really slow and just chuggy, and this is actually probably the best version, but it's not going to live up to everybody's expectations. But I like to skate, and God, trying to grind these bells. A little wall right here. Oh man, that is real choppy. I am so sorry. Alright, where are the rest of these bells? So as far as like the mechanics and everything, you kind of get all of the stuff you expect from the original games. You get from Tony Hawk 1, you get your basic trick mechanics, and then the thing that was introduced in Tony Hawk 2 was the manual. So, as you saw earlier, and as you can see right now, I can manual. You do get a 1-button kind of 180-degree turn thing that's kind of been around. I don't know if that was in the beginning. That might have been something that was introduced in one of the, there was like the Tony Hawk 2X or something like that. I don't know if that's been in there from the beginning. Oh, Jesus. But, yeah, so the manual was introduced in Tony Hawk 2, But one thing they did add in this version from Tony Hawk 3 is the revert, which is, you know, just a way to keep your combos going and stuff like that. And is really the only thing that would technically be out of place if you were to... Oh, man. I apologize. Look at this last bell. Come on. Oh, this is just embarrassing. So yeah, the revert is kind of the only thing that would be out of place in this game. It was something from Tony Hawk 3, and this is really harkening back to 1 and 2. But you know, you can't put out a Tony Hawk game and not have reverts in this day and age. It's become a staple of the franchise. It was, you know, it was like those first 4 games. Each one kind of added a new staple to the franchise. Which the first, you know, it was the base for the franchise, and then 2 was manuals, 3 was reverts, 4 was like flatland ground tricks, which, you know, didn't make it into here, but, you know, became pretty normal for that series going on. Another thing that was real big for these games was the soundtrack, and this game is kind of a mixture of that old classic soundtrack along with some new hits that, you know, were all handpicked by Tony Hawk. But yeah, you know, the soundtrack was really big for me as a kid playing video games. I listened to it a lot, and I still listen to a lot of those songs. And, you know, punk music wasn't even really my thing, but, you know, the songs were just kind of synonymous with the time you spent, oh my god, with the game. So, you know, you kind of come to like it even just for that. Yeah, you can see, you know, whether it's my computer or just the way the game is, just the physics are, oh my god. The physics are one thing in this game that were just so off from the original, and, like, you can see how hard it is for me to just wall ride this little thing here. And that was a problem, even on, like, the PlayStation version of the game, which I normally played a lot. They just, the physics engine with this style of gameplay they were trying to emulate, just they really clash and conflict with each other, and oh man. But it definitely played a part in making the game not as fun as the original stuff. But honestly, you know, I thought this was an underrated product. I didn't have as many issues as a lot of people did with it, and you know what, some of the bugs and clunkiness are kind of what made it a little fun at the time. Like, yeah, like, look at that kind of stupid stuff. You know, it's just, I don't know what people were expecting. It obviously should have been better. But if this is the last good Tony Hawk project, that'll be disappointing, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's just honestly a huge bummer we had to go out on 5, to be honest. Everyone says that's, I have not played it. Everyone says it is a bad $20 game that they're selling for $60, and that's really unfortunate to me, because I was like one day maybe I'll pick it up when it's just like $20, but then everybody was saying that it's terrible, so I might never play Tony Hawk 5, and that's really disappointing to me. So EA, oh Jesus, trying to hit that rail. Yeah, EA, it's all on you to make a good skateboarding game. Bring back Skate and give me some fun. Kind of wish they did put the flatland tricks in here. That was always kind of fun stuff. 'Cause, I mean, manualing, like, it's all good and fine, but I just want to be able to do more. Oh, some nice little texture pop in. Yeah, you really have to grind this rail down. It's, even in, like, the original PlayStation, I could never... You have to grind these 3 rails for that challenge, and I could never get it going upward. I think you have to do it going downward, which is, you know, whatever. Oh, look at that physics model. Woo! He just looks, like, so awkward when he lands. Stale fish. Man, I miss skateboarding, like, what it used to be, and Today, actually, before I did this, I was kind of the thing that sparked it. I was looking at some skateboarding videos, just like what are skateboarding videos in 2015? Now that we got like iPhones that film in slow motion and stuff, are all skate videos just filmed on iPhones now? It's really interesting. It's like actually kind of cinematic. You don't get a lot of that fisheye lens stuff anymore. So I'm gonna do one more run here and then. Woo, hang time. And then kind of run through what levels there are, and that'll kind of be the end of this. So, yeah, like the thing about these old Tony Hawk games is a lot of them, you know, these levels were so simple and basic, but at the time, you know, it was probably pretty advanced and crazy. I mean, I know it was. But like you can complete so many of these runs in just one attempt. I don't know, that kind of makes it fun. Like if I was really trying here, and if my computer wasn't just chugging along trying to keep up with recording this video, I could probably complete all of this. I haven't even upgraded my character yet. Like, it's like I don't even need those stats or anything. But yeah, one thing to point out, that helicopter thing, like, you know, that's a nice example of like what made these games so much fun, is just the kind of ridiculous stuff that you can do. Oh wait, did I miss a letter over here? Did I get skate? Did I collect skate? I wasn't really paying attention. I was talking. I got 4 wings, 5s right here. Oh, I missed it. Come on. Ugh, jeez. This would have been much more forgiving in the older games. Although I do remember there was one of the older games where I was like, man, I can't upgrade my stats all the way, because then I know I'm just going to jump way too hard on one of these gaps or whatever and not be able to complete this challenge. So that's not completely unusual for this franchise. See if I can get this pro score. Just trying to collect that money. Oh yeah. So you can see. Oh, well, I was gonna show you the revert to manual stuff to kind of keep the tricks going. All right, so yeah, kind of unlocking stuff here. So let's kind of look at the classic levels we get. So these 3 right here, I'll just say, are DLC levels from Tony Hawk 3. That comes with the DLC that also comes with the revert. So you got Los Angeles, Airport, Canada. Which Canada is one of my lesser favorites from Tony Hawk 3. I really like the airport, really like Los Angeles. So we got the warehouse from Tony Hawk 1, the school from Tony Hawk 2, the hangar from Tony Hawk 2, the mall from Tony Hawk 1, Venice Beach 2, Downhill Jam 1, and Marcel from 2. So, I mean, it's the greatest hits of the levels, and you know, it's a good selection. It's the ones I would have chose. There's a couple levels from 2 I would have liked to have seen. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the downtown city at night map. I can't remember what that one was called. It's been so long since I played Tony Hawk 2. But nice little airport level. It's been a while since I played this. Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh yeah, just bailing of the storm here. But yeah, so I guess that's gonna complete the end of my look of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater HD. You know, it's definitely not the worst product. It's just a little swimmy with the physics, and not the love letter that the franchise deserved, but it's worthy, I would say. You know, I guess there were definitely some more picky fans out there than I, but I'm just grateful for any kind of revisit of the Tony Hawk franchise that I don't have to like plug in old consoles and to go back and visit. But you know, Tony Hawk HD, it's like $9 on Steam, $5 for the DLC, which, you know, I probably paid, it was probably more than that when I got it on PlayStation. I think it was like $15 for the base game. So for everything, that's, you know, it's not bad. But But yeah, if you've never played the franchise, this is not the way to play Tribute. I would seek out Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on PlayStation 2, or Tony Hawk's Underground on PlayStation 2, or original Xbox, or whatever your old Poison was, and give those a shot. But hey, if you want to just dive back into some Tony Hawk, you could definitely do worse. But thanks for watching, and you know, hopefully I'll get to look at some more skateboarding games soon, and maybe I will be crazy enough to plug in some fucking Tony Hawk 5, and you used to be able to go in that. Maybe it's only on this side. But yeah, maybe I'll plug in some Tony Hawk 5, and we'll see how it goes. But for now, thanks for watching Tony Hawk HD.